I've drawn a vertical line. I think I'm just going to wet all this today. So I drip through to the right. I've drawn a vertical line across there. And that is it. That's all I've done. Right. Some blue in there like that. A bit in there like that. And a bit in there across that bottom bit like that. I'm looking at how it's dripping. I think I might need to get a little dab like that. A little dab. Stop that dripping. It's alright, because these little dabs always look like ickle clouds anyway, so that's cool. Right, now then, squeeze that out. Rinse my brush. Dry my brush. Now I'm going to pop in a bit of cream for my cloud, just to get a bit of cloudy type flavour. Like that into there, like that, down there, a little bit in that bottom bit there. So that bit a bit stronger there. And then I think what I might do, come a little bit warmer there with that yellow, like sun's coming in a bit perhaps. A little bit warmer just into there with that yellow. That can bit sun coming in slightly, and that's through that side. There we are, and then I don't think I'll wash my brush because it'll mucky this purple a bit. In fact, I've gone into a bit of muck as well. There's a bit of muck in the bottom of my palette. So I've got a mucky, grubby purple now. I'm going into that. On bottoms of these clouds here now. Work fast as you can, because then you just need to work fast with watercolour, really, pretty fast, because then I can get this, and I can do. Oh, I tell you what I'm going to do. Wash my brush. I'm going to go back into some more of that cerulean blue and just mix a bit back in so the lines are softer in there like that. Do that quick and all, quick as you can. And then you can get back in if it's still wet enough, you see. That's why I'm saying go quick. You can get back in and you can dab at stuff, because these are clouds, so if you want some more whiter bits in, you can dab at them, get some bigger shapes and stuff, and you can dab them back in, you see, like that. Just mix in there, this bit here. These edges I find look better after they've had a bit of cloth dabbed in. See, that's quite nice. Just get a sort of better cloudier edge. If you look at clouds, they look like that. So that's my theory anyway. So that to me looks like a cloudy sky. It's got that little bit of dark towards bottoms of them clouds there, you see. There we are, that's that. That back there. Right, then in my water, and we'll go for that cerulean blue for my water, so I'll just go straight through there. That's my water. And then just like that for there. And there we are. I've put in a tiny bit of darker blue now as it comes closer. That's it. Back to a bit more cerulean but stronger. I think it's faded a lot already as it's drying, it's fading. It's faded a lot already. There we are. And then some darker blue, probably, what would it be? I think that's ultramarine what I've got in there. I think I've said before, I've got some paints, what someone gave me, and they were drying out in tube. So I thought, if they dry out in tube, I can't get them out of the tube, so I squeezed them all out. All the blues, all the yellows, everything, just in one big blob. So that's why. Blues are just loads of different mixtures of blues. I've got a bit of cerulean on one side. I think that were an ultramarine if I remember right. But wherever blue you've got, use it. Dark blue's dark blue in it, be right. like here, that has warmed that up at that side, making it look like sun's coming in that way. See how it's warm, that yellow bit there, and it was creamier over there. I'd be tempted to put a streak of yellow in that, see there, tiny glaze of dead thin yellow, and it sent that a tiny bit green, but that's a tiny bit green. That is what would happen from that yellow in there, naturally. But I think because I'm bringing me stuff up here and that, is it worth even bothering? Because I'm going to bring all my grasses up there. There's only a tiny bit of that showing, so it's probably not even worth messing about with. Right, so I'm going to bring out a bit that I've got to be careful now. I'll bring out a bit of land to about there, like that. Quite far away, so I think I'll just do that. And then, well, what colours did I have? So I had a bit of yellow, didn't I? And a bit of that cream colour. So if I mix some of that cream colour in, tiny of that in there. Just to warm it up a tiny bit in places. And maybe it's right on this back bit, a tiny bit of yellow, I'll send it green. That's enough. Try and fill these bits in here. That'll do, mate. Right, tell you what. Let's do that, what I said. Tiny glaze of yellow across there, look. Just a tiny bit, and it'll reflect what's happening in that sky. You'll hardly see it, really subtle. So, right, now then. Let's get that dry now. That creamish colour, what's in that sky, I'm going to mix a load of that up. That's it, and I'm going to comb there like that, across there, right, I think right across there like that, across there like that, into there, about like that. And then mix a load of yellow into that. Not even wash my brush, although I probably should have done. Right, let's squeeze my brush out. So it's too creamy. Some more water. Just get some pure yellow into this. Well, that's perfect. I've got pure yellow on my brush now. I'm just going to come down here like this. That pure yellow on top of that blue will turn a greeny colour anyway. Tap into there. Pure yellow. Tap into there. Into there. Let them colours flood. This bit, I think I'm going to have some bushes coming over. In fact, I'll do the same here anyway. But I think I'm going to have some bushes coming over at top. I'll hide this bit. I don't think you'll see this bit anyway. I'll just do it anyway. Let's just take that up there like that. That's all probably going to be covered, but see how it's, because it's a yellow glaze on top of this blue, sort of got a bit green anyway. And that's softened that path in, look. So if I go back, I'll probably get that even softer. Just on these edges, look. It's this bit here what's important. That bit there. The other side is going to get covered anyway. Yeah, so that's that. And then actually there's some discoloured streaks coming down in here as well anyway. So there's creamy colour. Some streaks coming down there anyway. Yeah. And then get a bit of this cerulean blue. I ain't bothered washing my brush still, so this will probably go quite green. Bit of that cerulean blue in there. Like that. I think I'll pop a bit in there, with a bit of that cerulean blue in it like that, from that sky. And then maybe wet it at the bottom and something like that. Right. Okay, now then, squeeze that out. Stick that to one side, right, I think now. I'm going to get my big spiky brush. In fact, you know what, I'm going to swap to this one, slightly chunkier on end. Use this one. Right, so soak up all that yellow. Load of yellow on this brush now. Right. There's a massive tree here. Like I say, it's not actually, it's a little tree, but it's the biggest tree in this picture. It's actually not a massive tree, it's a little tree. A little spindly little thing, really. Also put my hand on the bottom of here when I do this, else it gets a bit menstruals. Pretty good. Here, there's a tree here. What's that? No, there's some bushes here, and there's a tree. Bush, not a tree, a little bush thing there. And then there's another one about there, a little bush. This here. Some more bushes there. A little one there. A little one there, disguising some of that path. And this is a bush here. It goes up into a bush there, like that. So that's that. Right, now then. Let's get some more green mixed in. I'm running out of yellow paint. So I'm going to have to squeeze a bit of yellow out, I think. I've just found an extra tube, but I didn't think I had. I was going to order some. Just found an extra. I'll order some anyway. Hold on out. Yeah, I squeezed a bit of yellow out. I've got to be pretty careful now because this yellow's. I'm used to going into dry paint. This yellow's now wet paint, so it's going to get more coming off on my brush than normal. So I've got to be a bit careful. So. Got some bright green from there. That's better. Taking me a while to mix this colour. Right, that's better. I'm ready now. So let's come in here first. Get that in. A bit down here, a bit there. And get some in here for these bits. And this is just stippling. It's called stippling, this is. There we are. See, painting puts you in a good mood. It makes you sing. Singing puts you in a good mood. Well, humming puts you in a good mood, doesn't it? Everyone knows that. And so does painting. It's like I was in a terrible mood before I started this. Been nipped over to the local shop, bought a newspaper, every single page printed upside down. Not just a couple on them, the entire paper's been printed upside down. So obviously I'm in a pretty bad mood. Start painting this. All of a sudden, I don't even care. I don't care if the printed paper wrong. Who cares? I've got my paints. I don't need to worry about all that stuff in the world. Got my paints in it. I'm adding a tiny touch of extra water, so it sometimes this stippling effect I like to have a bit more water in it, so it still a watercolour. That's that slick. Let me just put that back up a little bit. Oh, that's looking good. Now then, do I pop in? Yeah. Let's dab that in there. And just pop in a couple of hints, just to hold it together. Of that cerulean blue look. A couple of hints of it. And it'll just help, because it's in that sky, it'll just help to lock it, hold it all together. Just a couple of hints of that. That's it. There's that purple grey colour in the sky. Well, I think I'll just stick with my cerulean, I think. So if it's a bit much, soften it back in. I've still got some green on the side of this brush to soften it back in with. But I think it'll be okay with that. Now, it looks like my sun's coming in that way, so right, yeah. I think I'll go back to this brush now. To me, height brush. Quite a bit of water on this brush in it. This brush, and just come into that and just do some yellows down there like that. Look, some yellows on that corner there. That's it. Some yellows in there, just dripping in. Well, I'll have a bit more of this brown colour across that bit there. Feeding out. There we are. Right, now I want some. I'll just use dark green for this. I want some shadows. So that's my shadow there. Into that bit there. Same here, melting off into here. There's some shadows. This dark green will work pretty good, I think. There we are. It's my shadows. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm not sure. It's my shadows. Sometimes, you know, when you're painting, you sort of start whispering because you've been careful. Yeah, anyway. Enough of that. Sometimes you start singing like that and you don't even realise you're doing it. I could actually put the texture in there and all, you know, bits of grasses and stuff. Right, just looking. What were I going to do? Some. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. Something. If I do it with some blue, if it'll work. Blue. Use that cerulean blue. And maybe it's just a tad of purple in it, just so it don't go green. I'm just going to bring these shadows across that path there in that bluey colour. That's it. Right. Bit of bush on top of that. That's going in front of that. Well, I might take a bit of green just up to that there, just so I can see that's going over there a bit. Soften that in. do. Soften it in there and all that do. See this stuff all softens in a little bit. Softens in that way. So that's the way my shadow's in it. There we are. So I'm thinking now, it'll dry. This little tiny bit here, you just want to do that. Leaving that little gap there where there's a bit of light going through there. This is my path, what you can only just sort of distinguish. That's just gone into a mess in that corner, what I quite like, so I'm going to leave that. Right, get a few. I'm going to come into this one first. Right, I'm going to use, I think, some of this cerulean blue mixed with, let me get a bigger brush, change my mind on to a bigger brush. Where's me? That one will do it perfect. Cerulean blue mixed with some Bont Umber, that's what I'm going to have. Try that. That's alright. Into these bits here. That's about all I need. I don't think I need a lot. It's there. Oh, so some of these have faded off now. That'll do. Even a few bits sort of come in out of there, really. There we are. And the main big bit in here, I think, sort of. In that middle bit here. Right, so that's that. So with this one, so I'd say this one's a bit of one of them things like that. That's not nowhere near enough paint on my brush at that. So I'll put some more paint on. Yeah, I think this is one of these things like that. Look, it goes up there. And there's probably a bit what comes up there. A bit sort of behind these trees and that. I think it's something like that. I don't think it's one big tree, it's more of a little thing. So that can have some branches coming off there. I'd say that one keep coming around there and into some of these here. If you try and follow these branches through, that sometimes works, or sometimes you just think, oh, I just want the impression of a tree, I'm not really even bothered if these branches line up or not. Yeah, I think either approach sort of works okay, really. I think if you follow them through, but then if they don't follow through exact, Don't worry, that'd be my advice, I think. I think that's enough. That's enough to tell there's a tree there. What I think I will do though, I'll use a smaller brush. I think I'll just get down this back side area. Just it'll help make this tree look more round by just doing it like that. And it's shown which trees in front, which trees are behind, which branches or whatever you. It's all one tree. But you know I struggle with sentences and that, you know what I'm on about. There we are. See, I put a couple of dots there. You can see through bits of bushes and that in it. Right. This is a painting from another painting, right? What I did ages ago, that were originally from a photograph, but been deleted off my phone now. So I'm just working from my other painting. Now on the other painting, there's hang on, just let me do that. I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. This bit. Well, a few twigs and sticks and bits of crap and that in it. Right, yeah. What am I about? Yeah, on my other painting there's a couple of sheep there, but then I thought, what would sheep be doing roaming right near the coastline? Are they a bit out of place? They could be there, I suppose. But I think today I'm going to leave them sheeps out. Now then, just have a little dot there. Yeah, that's going to be about. That's my little dot there. I suppose these are going to be seagulls. So it's not Peter and Paul looking for worms, it's seagulls out looking for fish. That's what they're out looking for. But I tell you now, you know, if they know where chip shop is, you know, if you come out your fish shop daydreaming, they'll walk down and they'll nick your fish off your tray. I'm telling you. So watch them. Keep your eye on them. I'll use this little brush and put a B D in there, a big one. A birthday D, that's big, isn't it? It looks stupid. Right, that's that. With little brush, probably not that little, that one. There we are. Right. Put my little bout in now. New bout. There we are. If you're working on proper watercolour paper, right, what you can do to do this, you can just, this is designer's white gouache, what I've got here, but designer's white gouache costs money, it's pretty cheap, and I've got a great big tube, for about, I think about £4 or something, and that'll last for years. The last tube lasted me about 10 years. But if you're as tight as me, right, you don't care if it lasts 10 years. Council pop, what comes out at tap, it lasts forever. And it's not free, but you've got to pay your water rates anyway. So if you're as tight as me, right, what you can do, if you're on good quality paper, it'd probably mean you're not tight anyway, but if you're on good quality paper, if you put that, just some water on there, and some water there to loosen paint up, then dab it with a cloth, it'll go back to white paper. But on this cartridge paper, because it's cheap, it soaks the paint in that much, it's hard to get it back out, so I just use designer's gouge. If you're on good quality paper, you can do that. Same way when I do my waterlines, like now, I'll put a couple of waterlines in there. But it's same with that. If you come in here and put a couple of waterlines in along there, if you do this with some water and then just dab it, you can pretty much just go back to white paper as it loosens the paint, dab the paint out, goes back to white paper, and you can save about half a p. See that little dot there? What's that? Oh, it's come off. You can save about half a p by doing that in designer's white gouge. But like I say, on this paper, I've worked out you can save more money by using this cheap paper. I'll do this one a bit thicker, this one, because it's a bit closer. It's just waterline. And it goes thin to end where it disappears. There we are. So to me, that's the specific ocean across there. Down over that hill there, there'd be a nice beach. So that, to me, that's as if you're just walking towards the beach and you're going to get your deck chair out for the day and that. I'd have done them seagulls in white, but because the sky's light, bright like that, it'd silhouette them. So it also works better, 'cause stand out, you won't see them in white. You can only just see me boat. But there we are. I'd say that's about done. I'll wash my brushes while you have a little look at it. I'll hum you a little tune while you have a look. Just washing all my brushes out. Oh yeah, look. Just stare at it. Take it in. Yeah, I go up painting it if you want. Follow them constructions. I go up painting it. See how you get on. If you're using this cheap cartridge paper, it not cost you, and some cheap paint, it not cost you much just to let it go. You get cheap kiddies paint for about 10p from a jumble sale or something. I don't know. I'm going. See you later.